What's up gamers, in today's video I'm going to give you my honest review on Far Cry Primal. Stay tuned to the end of this video to find out where you can find this game and other games at amazingly low prices. Welcome back gamers. Now I just want to let you know that this review is entirely based on my own personal experience and it's not based on a gamer score or any other ranking system. It is entirely based on what I think. Let me know what you think of the game in the comments below. First of all, I have to say that it was a bit of a disappointment in this game. I was very excited after seeing the trailers and having built up this high expectation of the game and then being let down by the actual outcome. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the game sucks, but I'm also not saying it's in the top 3 of the Far Cry games. It was like releasing Assassin's Creed Unity after Black Flag. Gamers expect improvements and expect new great games that will be better than the previous games, but previous games just set higher standards that was way too high to be beaten. I mean, Far Cry 3 set a new standard for the Far Cry series, but Primal just didn't cut it. Yeah, sure, the game has graphics improvements and a few small extra features, but the game was way too easy to complete and the storyline was way too short. I finished the last mission of the game without realizing it was the end, and I still remember how upset I was. There are no actual plot twists in the game. The game has got new boss enemies, but they have the same old feel as the previous ones, so there's nothing new here. The general enemies are still the same in all the games. There's no difference to them except the fact that they are primal. They are standard enemies and brutes, just like all the other games. Well, there is one difference in this game actually that helps, and I see Ubisoft likes the idea so much that they are using it in Assassin's Creed as well, and that is the fact that there's a bird to help you. The bird in Primal actually helps you a lot because you can increase its skill to help drop items onto enemies. Well, enough comparing it to previous games, let me give it a review as a standalone game. The game has an interesting storyline but no plot twist, so you can basically see the end coming a mile away. The objectives in the game are quite fun, but the storyline was way too short. The developers had a great idea making a game based on the primal ages, but they could have done so much more with what they had. The game would work well as a pre-sequel, but not that great as a standalone game. The game has a big open world to explore and a few challenging quests that you can do. None really too hard to complete, but some will take a few tries to complete them. The game is kind of addictive, but just before you can actually get lost in the gameplay, the game is over. I'm not exactly sure what the total time for the game completion is, but for me it was way too fast. I like a game that takes a while to complete. I want to be able to get a semi-emotional bond with the characters so that the story is more gripping. And if there are plot twists or emotional strain in the game, it has a big effect. The developers could really have built a masterpiece of a game here, and they almost did. They should have just done a little bit more. The game was a good experience, but it wasn't great at all, as I would have loved it to be. It doesn't compare to Far Cry 3 or Far Cry 4 for that matter. In my opinion, it was better than 1 and 2, but not at all better than Far Cry 3. It almost felt like a copy and paste of previous games, but just with a different theme and a shorter storyline. But I still enjoyed the game very much. But after all, it is still a fun enough game for me to recommend if you haven't played it yet. And you can actually buy it for pretty low prices, so it won't be a big of a loss if you don't love it. If you are a fan of open world games and haven't played Far Cry yet, then this game will be amazing for you. But if you are a Far Cry fan and you played the previous games or Far Cry 5, then this game will be sort of a disappointment. Unless you like short storylines, then this might be amazing for you too. I do really still recommend it if you haven't played it yet, because it is still a fun game, but I won't recommend spending too much money on it. If you want to check it out, Just check where you can find it for super cheap. Luckily I bought mine for $10 secondhand. Thanks for watching my video. I hope I will see you in the next video at the end of this week.